Hello and welcome to Crisis 3. Hello and welcome to, this obviously isn't the thing to record on, but I managed to get a hold of this beautiful monitor. Let me teach you how to record on a box this old. Specifications of this computer are on screen right now. So, this is an old 32-bit system, Windows 7, pretty terrible even for the time, and as you can see, any newer OBS version just doesn't run on it. So, to begin, you want to set the video to be running at 720p 30 if you want better performance, disable error while recording. You want to go into the advanced options of the recording and select custom FFMPEG output. Then you want to change the container format to AVI, set the video bitrate. In this case, we can set it to 15,000. The keyframe interval will be 300, the video encoder should be set to FLV, and the audio encoder should be set to MP2. Then you just add your input source if you have a microphone, I in this case do not, and just select desktop audio so you can capture desktop audio. To just notify you, in this old version of OBS, you can't record on more than one audio track with FFmpeg, so if you're gonna use this setup because you have a really slow machine, I would recommend recording the actual microphone input from something that isn't OBS, because that way you will be able to isolate the microphone audio from the game audio. So, let's see what kind of footage we can get. So, GTA San Andreas, which, my apologies for there being no audio, I forgot to turn the radio off, and I don't want to get copyright struck. So as you can see, the actual footage itself for 720p doesn't look bad at all. And overall, I have to say that I am quite surprised. FLV is really competent. Now, I would like you to keep in mind that all of this would have been possible on a technical level in 2006 or 2007, for the simple reason that all of the core components that you would have needed to do this did exist. The issues, of course, would be that FFmpeg, the software that we're using, could not perform screen capture in the same way that something like Fraps or DXtory did. Fraps and DXtory, which would be much more efficient than something like GDI grab, just grabbed the DirectX or OpenGL frame buffer by hooking into the game that you were running. That is why they could display an FPS counter on your game screen while not displaying it in the recording. Of course, if you were a programmer who knew what to do, you could make a hacky solution yourself and make your own screen capture software. However, that of course didn't happen, and I don't have a time machine to make that happen. Even so, on a technical level, all of this would have been possible. Minecraft ran mostly fine. There was some slight lag once you were trying to load into a world at first, but it was running pretty well. Of course, we're running a more period-correct version of Minecraft, that being beta 1.7.3, and overall, it ran fine. I would recommend lowering the game's frame rate to 40 FPS with the power saver mode in the options. That way the game uses a bit less power, so that gives you a bit more headroom for your encoding software. Overall, I'd argue that this is running completely fine, and even though it may look a little worse than GTA because of the way Minecraft's very grainy textures mess with video encoding software, it looks okay. I would also like to point out that until March of 2008, we could not upload videos that were above 240p in quality, which looks like this. Then later on, until November of 2008, we could only upload videos that were in 360p, which looked like this. You also didn't have widescreen until 720p was introduced, so all of your videos would be in 4:3. So, you would have been ahead of the curve for quite a few years. Age of Empires 2 ran completely fine, this is the HD edition, but yeah, it just ran great. These simpler 2D games can be recorded with MPEG instead of FLV, that way you'll have better compression, which means that you'll use less file space to record these videos. Overall, it looks fine. That's about it for the testing I wanted to do. Basically, this just looks and runs completely fine, there's not really that much to it. Any similar sort of game, Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, or anything that really only uses a single core, will most likely run with absolutely no issues with FLV, so that's it. Of course, if you had a PC that was a little bit more powerful, you could also run other period-correct games in HD and record them. overall, it would have been a pretty solid experience. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this little deep dive into older recording equipment, and I'm working on some other stuff as well right now, so be ready for that. And that's about it. See ya.